Welcome to day two of this webinar series. Thank you for joining us. And yesterday, on day one, we learned about the AI tools for productivity, project management, and product management to help you build your own AI tool stack. Today, we'll deep dive into core AI concepts so that you start to think like an AI powered product professional. I'm Onkar Singh Lohtham, co-founder of Digital Skills Mastery, and today I will take you through the core AI concepts and do some live demos of prompt engineering with some industry examples. Now, gone are the days when, as a digital product professional, you could say that, sorry, I'm not technical, I just gather the requirements or I just look into the design aspect of the things. That mindset will not fly anymore. AI has completely changed the game. Now, today, knowledge is at your fingertips. The AI tools are there for you to leverage it out, and the leaders that you're working for, they expect you to know at least enough about the AI to start contributing meaningfully. So let me be clear, no one is asking you to become a data scientist or an AI engineer if you don't want to. But as a product manager, as a business analyst in this product domain, they do expect you to understand the landscape. That is, you should be able to ask smarter questions, evaluate the solutions, draw insights, and collaborate with the technical teams with confidence. And that is the call for today. Now, let's be real for a second. This is what your AI world currently looks like. If you do Google search, you're way into acronyms like RAG and ML ops and transformers and cheat sheets to do algorithm. It's no wonder most of the product guys are overwhelmed and they're feeling lost. But here's the thing, you don't need to learn all of them. You don't need to code it, you don't need to architect it or debug it. You are expected to know where to focus and get the results for your product or the service that you're currently building. Now, before we deep dive into the AI concepts, let's quickly look at the AI knowledge gap, and that will help you understand what we are talking about throughout the session. So, number one, you could be intimidated by the technical jargon that we just showcased to you, and there could be inadequate stakeholder communication. That is, you're not able to explain the AI capabilities and the limitations to your stakeholders. There could be a case of poor requirement gathering because you're not able to put in the meaningful AI related user stories and acceptance criteria. There could also be a case of unrealistic expectation setting, that you could be either overpromising or underestimating what are the AI capabilities in your product roadmap. And these things we need to be aware of. Going forward, apart from the AI knowledge gap, there's some AI decision making roadblocks as well that either you, your team, or the whole product team, or your department or the organization could be facing, and we would just like to highlight those. Number one, these practical challenges. One of them, we call them as a black box syndrome, that you do not understand how this whole AI thing, all the machinery work together so that you are able to make informed product decisions. Sometimes you're not able to do the vendor evaluation properly because, again, you're not able to understand the landscape, you're not able to understand what the offering is from the vendor, and hence this particular nightmare. Then there could be a risk assessment blindness as well, because you're not able to understand the scope from the ethics point of view, legal and user experience point of view, and hence the roadblocks in moving forward with the AI implementation. And finally, competitive disadvantage. Peers in other companies are leveraging AI understanding better than you guys are doing, and hence there is this loop that you're not able to understand, not able to deliver, and not able to catch up as quickly as your peers. So, just wanted to break these roadblocks into these sections so that you understand, keep that in your mind, and then move forward as you learn the AI concepts. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest problems in AI at the moment with these AI tools. They are at their level, say version number 3, 4, 5. They are still learning, but the concept here we are talking about is hallucination. No, we are not talking about any dreamlike visions. In AI, hallucination means that the system confidently generates false or made up information. And it looks legit, it sounds convincing, but it's just wrong. So, for example, I'll show you these two diagrams on the left and on the right. We use the same kind of prompts to generate what are the AI concepts. You could see there's some spelling errors, some duplication, some redundancies that's happening over here. And this is where the AI tools are at the moment. We know that in the coming months and years, they are going to be really good. But as we had spoken yesterday while using the AI tools. And today, when we speak about prompt engineering, the outputs that we get from the AI tools, we have to be aware as product professionals how to use them, how to leverage them after verifying that they are giving us the results that we are looking for. Today, we'll share these 7 AI concepts with you along with the industry examples. So let's deep dive. Start with the first one. The first AI concept we are going to talk about is AI, artificial intelligence. And at its core, AI is about building machines that can mimic human thinking. And that's the whole precise information behind it. Now, when we say that the machine mimic, it means that the tasks and that normally they require human intelligence, like understanding the language, recognizing the patterns, and making decisions, or any predicting any outcomes. This is what we are saying that the machine will mimic. It's just not just about the robots or complex systems, but it's here to help you automate, analyze, enhance how you build your digital product and services. So, some industry examples in customer service, you must have yourself experienced the AI chat versus automated chatbots. We've seen news about Salesforce cutting around 4,000 jobs from this arena of customer service, because guess what? The AI chats and the automated chatbots are doing a fabulous job. Next is finance and banking, where human know your customer versus AI know your customer is taking over. Some of the banks are even doing online verifications with biometrics and photographs and everything, and there is an AI at the back to help them do that automatically and seamlessly. In publishing, the content research versus the blogs versus AI research assistants. So instead of reading everything, you could summarize and get an understanding of that. So this is where artificial intelligence is coming into play at the very top level. Next concept is machine learning. Now, as we go through these concepts, some of the concepts might be new to you, some of them you already know. So if you want to keep a note, take a note, and if you've got any questions, please put your questions in the chat box. We'll definitely answer them at the end of the session. Moving on to the next one, the AI concept is machine learning, is one of the most important building blocks of AI. It's what allows the machines to learn from the data, the enormous amount of data that we have across various channels without needing any step-by-step instructions. And that is the difference we'll come to know between machine learning and large language models, is this step-by-step instructions. Now, if we look at AI as a big umbrella, machine learning is practically the engine which is underneath it, that's helping the systems get smarter by reading and understanding and analyzing the data beneath it. Now, the popular ML techniques is supervised learning, where, say, you imagine you're training a model to identify spam emails. Now, this is a supervised learning where you tell what is good, what is bad, what is spam, what is not, what is junk, what is phishing. You explain all of that and you tell the system, tell the engine that, detect this as spam and not spam. So that is supervised learning. The other type is unsupervised learning, where the machine uncovers by its own understanding as it matures, able to understand the patterns in the unlabeled data, such as customer segmentation, purchase based on purchase history. So that is unsupervised learning. At a high level, 2 types of ML techniques. The next concept is deep learning. This is where the AI technology starts to get really powerful. It's the sophisticated branch of machine learning, and it is inspired by how our human brain works, using structures called neural networks. Now, think of it as a super brain for computers, capable of handling complex data like images, speech, video. Like in the previous example, we saw just the text coming in, but here with deep learning, more and more type of data is coming in, and you will find this example coming across industries. For example, in healthcare, it is helping doctors detect diseases looking at x-rays and MRIs. In automotive sector, you will see the self-driving cars. In finance, you will see detection of fraud happening using looking at the unusual transaction patterns. And this is like at the top of the iceberg. There are many implementations of deep learning that is happening across the world. We are just taking these 3 examples. Just give me a thumbs up if you're with me, if you understood the first 3 concepts. What is AI? What is machine learning? What is deep learning? We are halfway through the AI concepts. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Getting it? Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for your response. Next, moving up, is the AI concept of NLP. This is where the natural language processing comes in. This helps AI actually understand us, the humans. It's a powerful subfield of AI that helps computers read, understand, and respond to human language in voice or text like a real conversation. Now, you wouldn't want your product to be stuck in one-way conversation. For example, you type a question chatbot, it doesn't understand, on it's giving the same reply. NLP closes that gap between the human and the machines, allowing the AI to interpret, manipulate, and generate the human language response. It unlocks the world of responsibilities, and you will see the application of NLP everywhere. For example, in customer support, you will see the chatbots like Intercom and FreshChat. They use NLP to give answers to the users real time. And in healthcare, doctors are using the tools that convert patient speech into clinical notes, etc. And there are many more implementations of that. We have just taken the three examples. For example, in HR tech, it powers the resume screening, matching job descriptions with candidate profiles, and many more applications of NLP. But this is where you get to see how AI starts to think, behave, and respond like a human in a conversational manner. So that is NLP for you. Moving on, the next concept is LLM. You might have heard a lot about it, especially from your data science teams, from your development teams, because this is their world. This is where they are using the large language models to actually look at the data and improvise your current product and services. We'll go a little deep dive into this. And you must have seen the example that we showed yesterday. ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, all of these guys are using LLM at the back, and that's the magic. The large language model, it's a superpowered AI trained on massive amounts of text to understand and generate human-like language. Imagine all the libraries of the world, all the millions of books across the world has been fed into the LLM to understand the English language pattern. And probably some of these LLM tools that like Grammarly, etc., might be based out of this, and that's the power behind it. Now, how LLM comes into the industry implementation, we have seen these tools in the session yesterday, how they help us, like Notion, Grammarly, Salesforce, Einstein. It helps to draft emails, generate meeting summaries, or even answer customer questions. In e-commerce, it will help us do personalizing the product descriptions, or to reply to customer chats, and even write SEO optimized content at scale. And whether it's code, conversation, or content, LLMs are bringing your smartest co-writer in digital workspace, a great teammate, a great research assistant, thanks to LLM. Moving forward, the sixth concept is Gen AI. You might also have heard about generative AI as a concept that's being implemented across various products. This is a slightly overused term over here, and we are explaining to you the difference between AI, LLM, ML, Gen AI. You keep it at the back of the mind so that it helps you in the conversation that you're going to have with your own development and technical teams. Now, simply put, Gen AI refers to AI systems that don't just process data, but they create something new, whether it's text or image or video or even a software code. So think of it as your AI powered creative teammate, one that has been trained on massive data sets and can generate content based on your prompt. For example, yesterday we saw the prompt that we gave to Claude, where we said, give us the customer persona. So that is generative AI. Just based on the prompt, looked at the data set and understanding our prompt, it gave us the result. We'll show that demo again today so that it helps you understand what is this Gen AI thing. Now let's explore what it means in practice in some of the industries. So voice to text conversion, text to image conversion, image text voice to a video conversion. Like Himani showed you yesterday, all the Sora images that we have created, the one that you see here on the screen, generative AI examples and tools. We gave a prompt, we gave what needs to be done, and this Gen AI tool, Sora, it converted that text into an image. So this is an example of generative AI where it is able to create things from scratch just based on text. In the world of the software development, again, text to software code happens. Chat GPT, Claude, Copilot, all of these guys are doing an amazing stuff where it helps the development team, the developers, to create code based on the prompts that they're giving, and that is what will come into the prompt engineering in a while. Moving forward, The seventh concept, the AI algorithm. Let's decode the secret of all of this, the algorithm. It's like a recipe, but instead of food, it gives computers the step by step instructions to learn and make decisions which are fast and at scale. So, for example, in e commerce, you are able to get the recommendations. In B2B SaaS platforms, you're having the algorithms to score the leads based on how the interaction and the behavior of the customer has been. And in email services, it filters the spam, learning from what we click, what we ignore, what we have tagged before as spam or phishing. So this is an example of AI algorithm. Give me a thumbs up if you got a gist of these seven concepts. From AI to AI algorithm, we had ML and LLM and Gen AI in between. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you are with us. Perfect. Great. Let's move on. Now, wrapping up, now this is the slide where we say, let's pause for a moment. We have just unpacked seven powerful AI concepts and now we have stitched them together into a single meaningful picture. From AI algorithms to Gen AI and large language models, this map, it's just isn't theory. It gives you a flow chart, a little bit of hierarchy of how things are implemented. So you can go and look at your own product and service and see what is being implemented by a development team. Are they doing machine learning stuff? Or they are into deep learning? Are they implementing large language models? Are they using the APIs of Claude and ChatGPT to power your search? What are they doing? Are you doing anything related to Gen AI? Is your product offering the customers to write a prompt and get an answer which the Gen AI is creating for them on the fly? Or is it from your static set of data that you have in the backend? So, with this knowledge, you can go and again look under the hood of your own product and see what is happening. You can now question your development team, you can have a conversation with them, and this is the confidence we want to see that you go and implement. Okay, perfect. Now, poll time. Looking at these seven AI concepts and the examples, the industry examples that we have shared with you, where would you place your current level of understanding as of today? Where you can type in the chat box. One is for no eyes, that you have no experience knowledge. Number two is beginner. You have some theoretical knowledge but no practical experience. Apprentice is number three. You have sound theoretical understanding and you can apply practically some of these on ad hoc basis. Practitioner is number four. You understand the concepts well and regularly apply them. You are a specialist. You are seen as a go-to person in an organization. And leader is number six, where you coach, mentor, or teach other guys on these AI principles and concepts. Quickly, just enter any of the numbers that you relate to at the moment. It just gives us an understanding where you are now so that we can help you in future to take to the next step. Perfect, perfect. 5 seconds more. Enter the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your response. Moving forward. Some other popular AI concepts that you need to know. We have just walked you through the core building blocks. Now we want to discuss some of the popular ideas like prompt engineering and data science. So let's go and explore those. The next important concept is data science. You must have heard them as a discipline, as a team, a unit that's working in your organization, or a field of study where people are doing bachelor's and master's in this particular field. So think of data science as your team's private investigator. Just putting it in a layman's term, it dives into massive amounts of data from customer purchases to website clicks and pull out valuable patterns we'd never see with the naked eye and take ages to stitch them together and make meaningful insights out of that. Now, what it means for your business: find what others are missing. You are able to discover patterns, trends, and opportunities hiding inside your data, something that is not readily available either in the dashboards or in the Excel sheets. So this is where data science helps you. Second, you get answers that drive action. You understand the customer behavior, what is working, what is not working, and you take the next steps. And then you're able to make decisions with confidence, where you have heard data-based, data-driven decisions that needs to be taken in the organizations to move your product and service forward. This is where data science helps you. Some of the industry examples in e-commerce, again, it helps you predict why the customers are abandoning the cart after taking 3 steps. One example, B2B, you'll be able to see how the customers who are coming in to subscribe, what is the churn prediction, what is the lead scoring, etc. And in marketing, another example is, how the campaign amongst the various campaigns, which one worked, which did not work, and what is the underlying pattern behind it. So these are some of the industry examples of how the data science can be implemented. And it just doesn't give you answers, it gives you better questions to ask, and unearth what is happening and take the right decisions to take a product and service forward. So that's about data science. It's a highly technical field and it typically requires a strong foundation in maths and statistics and programming and domain knowledge. So if somebody wants to work as a data scientist, I think that it is a separate stream in itself. You either study, do a master's course, a bachelor's course, and then you get into this particular stream. Moving forward, we want to very quickly touch upon a concept of AI ethics. Now, as a digital professional, we are not just building technology, we are also shaping outcomes for people. And that is where AI ethics come into play, so that it has to be safe, fair, and transparent. And what it means is you have to reduce the risk, boost the value, build trust and clarity, and tackle any bias and fairness. We'll show you some examples that as a product manager, business analyst, when you're building a product, you also have to keep an eye about this element of AI ethics, and also see are there any rules, laws, regulations that your policies that you need to follow for certain countries as well. So, number one, example to highlight here is LinkedIn Resume Insights. It shows ethical use of AI recommendations within editable outputs. In HR Tech, there was an example where Amazon scrapped an AI recruiting tool that favored male resumes, a classic case of bias without checks. And somehow this machine was doing it, and the person, the human check that was there, they're able to detect based on data science and looking at the pattern, they were able to take that call. Again, in healthcare, very important when you are implementing it for diagnostic tools, an error could be fatal for life. So again, you have to look at implementation of these tools with these AI ethics in context of what you are building. Very quickly, I will not go into the details. These are the 6 pillars of AI ethics: fairness, accountability, privacy and consent, reliability and safety, and human oversight. Now, how does that affect you as a product manager and business analyst? So, when you are in the discovery phase, for example, you map out the ethical risks when you are looking at a particular idea, a particular enhancement, or a totally new product development that you're doing using this framework in your workshops with your stakeholders and while you're doing design. So look at the fairness, transparency, user consent. Ask, should we build this? Not just can we build this? And when you have a cross check of tick that yes, everything is looking fine based on this ethics framework, you are good to go. So that's you can do during the discovery. During the design phase, you have to humanize the AI experience, ensure there is clarity, look at the dark patterns, and give the users some meaningful control when they are browsing through your product. And when you're in the deliver and define in the deliver phase, work with developers to build something which is safe, which is explainable, and it includes the fallback rules and manual override controls. Very important. If something is going the LLM way or the generative AI way, there should be an override possible in those cases, so that there is a chance of human intervention and rectify if there's any mistake. So these things to keep in mind when you are in these different phases of the product development life cycle. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if AI ethics had a understanding. You have an understanding of what it is, and it clicked with you. If you have implemented GDPR or DPDP before, you should get an understanding what we are saying. Perfect. Thanks for the response, guys. Moving forward, let's deep dive into prompt engineering. Now, most people just use AI, but today you are going to learn how to think with it. Very important. Now, prompt engineering isn't just about asking questions, it's about driving better results, getting better outcomes and deliverables in real product scenarios. So, let's unlock this magic that we call prompt engineering. Now, what it is and where is it used? Let's look at it quickly. It is a practice, as a definition, it is a practice of crafting inputs or prompts in a way that helps AI systems like the tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or DALI return the most useful, accurate, and creative output. And that's what we call as prompt. Now it's like learning to how do you converse with AI. What can you enter as a prompt, whether it's a product spec, user story, a code snippet, doesn't matter. Are you able to converse with AI to get the better results that you are expecting? Where is it used? You will find this engineering happening across customer support to get the automated responses in product development, in marketing, UX writing, research, data analysis, you name it. And because of these AI tools and their availability, the free versions, etc., prompt engineering is happening all across. And anywhere you're using a Gen AI tool, you're doing some level of prompt engineering. So that is what, in a nutshell, the definition of prompt engineering is. Now, why is it important? Because when you are interacting with the AI tools to get your job done, to gain the efficiency, to gain the productivity higher, now a poor prompt means it's vague, it's useless, and you'll get a hallucinated output. Garbage in is garbage out. Hence, we'll teach you today how to write a good prompt, which is clear, tailored, and gives you usable results. Now, you might have heard about the Ghibli art and the Sora art and the Mid Journey, that you are creating amazing images and videos from the text prompts. Yes, that is Gen AI. That is for fun and leisure. Brilliant. But in the case of the product managers and business analysts who are building digital products and services, it's not just the hype. You know what? Because everybody is talking about it, but the thing is, you don't need to do a PhD. It's not like the engineering, as the term is. You don't need to memorize 100 prompt templates. We'll teach you how to write a very good prompt. We'll share you a syntax in a couple of minutes. You don't, but apart from this, you do need to understand what are the goals, what you're actually trying to do, what is the result, what is the output, what is the deliverable, who is your audience, and the limitations of your tools, what can be done and what cannot be done using the tool that you have used. So yesterday we showed you around 15 plus tools. To do task management, to do meeting minutes, to do market research. There are different tools that you can leverage, and that's the knowledge that you need to have. And that will help you get your job done. Now, sometimes you've heard of this question: why is it called engineering? And it's not a 4 year degree or a formal discipline yet, but it is a form of applied design thinking and systems logic. And that's what you are iterating, testing, and refining as a set of inputs to get predictable results from a complex system. And that's the AI tools. So, is it really engineering? Maybe not in a traditional sense, but in the world of Gen AI, every well crafted prompt is a miniature system design. And that's why the name has stuck. And our stand is that, as users of the AI tools, when we are giving prompts, set of instructions, there is no maths or physics involved. And you don't need to have any specialized training as such to master at using the prompts. If you learn what we are teaching you, the syntax and how to converse and how to work with the AI tools, it's more than enough. And you don't need to do a bachelor's degree. It's a simple technique that anyone can learn. Now, having said that, in software development world, this a key skill for using the large language models is prompt engineering, and that helps. It involves the carefully crafting the inputs of the prompts that the developers have to put to the LLM to get the desired outcome. And that's, I think, in that realm, in software development, it fits very well as a term of prompt engineering. Now, let's look at the 5 steps to write better prompts. Number one, be clear on what you want. Are you looking at to write a blog post? You want to summarize a meeting? You want to get a list of tasks to be done? You want to build a report? What it is. Be very clear what you want. Second, define the audience. Is it for product managers? Is it for your executives? Is it for students? Who is your target audience for whom you're writing? That's number two. Number three, choose your style and format. Is it formal? Is it casual? It is conversational, or is it motivating? Should it be written in bullet points? Should it be in 300 words, 200 words? It's a diagram, flowchart. What are you expecting? Think about that and set your tool's role. Think of that tool as your super amazing market research assistant. Tell AI who you are. Means I'm a product manager and I want to do XYZ. We'll show you how to do that. And ask your AI to act like a mentor or researcher or your teammate. What is the role that you are asking them? Take this role, take my input, and then give me the output that I am expecting. Now, once as we said about the hallucination part. Now, once the output has been given to you, check it, give it a feedback, and guide it. If you don't like the response, you can fine tune it, converse it, give another prompt using the same syntax till the moment you get the desired output that you're looking for. All right, give me a thumbs up if these 5 steps are clear and it's easy to understand. Perfect. Thank you for your response, guys. Perfect. Now, how to do prompts, and are there any bad prompts? As we have just mentioned, what are the 5 steps to write a prompt? We want to show you what are some of the bad prompts so that you don't end up writing any of those, so that you can reiterate and make it better. Example: if it is too vague or generic, it will lead to poor results. So, for example, write a product strategy. Now, this is not a good prompt because you don't have any context, no audience, no format. AI will give you a result, but it will ask you further questions that, can you give me more information? I cannot draw this, or give you a desired output. Next example, give me user stories. Okay, it's totally vague. Doesn't know which product, which users, which stage. A statement like you have got the results and they say make this better. Now AI doesn't know how to make this better. Should it like make it more engaging, make it shorter, make it professional? It doesn't know. You have to have it a bit more clarity on that. Something like summarize this. So these are the examples of bad prompts, and definitely you should not be doing this. Once you learn how to write a good prompt using the syntax, this will not be your problem any longer. Now, 5 steps to write good prompts. And this is how digital professionals using AI and should be writing the prompts. For example, create a product strategy summary for a mobile fitness app targeting Gen Z users, highlight the key goals, user pain points, and growth experiments. Now, this is a very good prompt to start with. You are asking what you want, which is product strategy. You are asking a summary. You are giving a context of mobile fitness app. You are giving the audience, which is Gen Z users, and you are expecting, you're giving that the output should have key goals, pain points, and growth experiments. Now, once you get the result from this prompt, you can further converse and further deep dive into what extra area you want to highlight or remove or add. You can continue to do that. So use some of these examples as good prompts, and you will see how you can use it in your own product or service. Now, advanced prompt engineering is where I would like to say that in AI PMC program, we take you through this whole piece of understanding that how you can tailor it for product professionals across industries, like you are in healthcare, edtech, e-commerce, B2B, SaaS, etc. So there has to be a powerful prompt nomenclature, and this is what I'm going to share with you right now. Now, this is the advanced thing. We have brought it back from our AI PMC course, but we want to share it with you so that you take a note, and you can straight away implement it from tomorrow. So the prompt nomenclature is something like this. As a role, your role, I want to create a type of output for a particular product and industry, give it a context, targeting, give a user persona or an audience, so that, and then you put a goal and an outcome, what you're expecting, and include any style, format, and any constraints that you want in your output. And this is a great prompt nomenclature. You can put it in example. I'll show you here in the case of a healthcare. So you can say, as a product manager, I want to create a user journey map. That's the output. For a telehealth app, that's the product or the context. Diabetic patients aged 60 plus, that's your audience, so that we can improve the appointment booking and follow-up engagement. And we are giving it a goal. You can further write about how do you want the output to be. It should be in a diagram or in a paragraph or a listed. You can say all of that, and this is a great example of prompt nomenclature. You can have the same examples in edtech and e-commerce as well. The point to note over here is the prompt nomenclature that we have shared over here. Take a snapshot, take a pic. This is something that you can straight away implement tomorrow. Try it with the free versions of Claude or ChatGPT that you have hands on to. Just implement it and see how it gets your job done as quickly as possible, as we have seen in the examples over here. Moving forward, what we're saying over here is prompt engineering, what it can do and what it cannot do. Now, you can cannot totally rely on the AI tools and prompt engineering because it cannot replace your product judgment, and it cannot guarantee any accurate or ethical results, and it might not handle. I'm just saying might not because it's not that intelligent at the moment where it can handle complex product trade-offs, because you know what is happening in and out of your product, you know about your customers, you know what is the pressing point, what are your the top priority items, and when the output comes, that's where you have to take it at with a pinch of salt and then apply your thinking as an AI powered product thinker, and then you apply the learnings and then take it forward the results that you have. And hence what we said yesterday, I would like to reiterate again that this shift that is happening in the role, that you are a product manager, a product owner, or a business analyst, project manager, now without the AI fluency, you guys are going to become organizational bottlenecks, and you will not be able to effectively communicate with your team members, with your engineers, with your AI focused stakeholders who are standing behind you and asking that implement AI, implement something related to AI features. Now, if you have learned all of these concepts, you understand how to use the tools, you know prompt engineering. Once you do that, then you will not face the risk that you are getting excluded from all of these AI based decisions and the direction that company is taking. So hence, very important for you to have this AI fluency from the tools perspective, from the concept perspective, and from the perspective of implementing it across all these 7 phases, from demand, discover, design, define, deploy to delight in the product management lifecycle. That's very important. After today's session on AI concepts and prompt engineering, you should not feel anxious about the AI concepts, and you must keep upskilling in this domain. Now, what we want to share with you about the AI product management certification program that we have is that you are able to build the foundations and AI concepts that we have just given you a highlight of. You're able to build a rock solid understanding of how product management and AI coming into play, so you can confidently lead the conversations with your stakeholders and your cross-functional teams, from design to delivery to development teams. And that's where you're talking about the 7 phases, from demand to delight. Perfect. Next is the session on prompt engineering. We'd like to give you a live demo. I showed you yesterday an example. Let me quickly come out of the screen and go to my browser, where I should be able to get yesterday's prompt on Cloud. Give me a second, guys. I'm just shifting my screen, and let me select the window. Team, can you see my window on Fashion Analytics in Claude? Can you give me a thumbs up? Himani, can you see the screen, which is Fashion Analytics? Perfect. All right, guys. So yesterday I gave a prompt over here saying, using the same prompt that I have shared with you, that I'm a product manager of an online fashion analytics firm that offers news, images, reports on fashion trends covering fashion weeks in London, Tokyo, Milan. Can you define a list of potential customer personas for this digital product? So this is the prompt that I used yesterday. And you see on the right hand side, this is the result that we got from Claude. Brilliantly, it put across everything in a list. Then conversing it with the system further, I asked, could you put this in a diagram? And you saw it yesterday that it was a brilliant output. It just delivered in under 2 minutes. And this is a kind of output. This is generative AI. Right? Looking at the prompt and the text, it is giving me an output that I am looking for. It is visually appealing. It's giving me in nice bullets and blocks, so that I can just take this, copy this, and put it in my presentation and take it for further discussion. Now, looking at the prompt, what we have learned today as prompt engineering, I will further work on it, and I will say, I'll just copy it. What I have put is what could be, let me just copy and put it over here. What could be the top pain points for the designer while using this fashion analytics platform? Now, I've used one of the personas over here, and I will say, give me an answer. And again, this is an example of generative AI. Look how Claude is looking at information, and it is giving me in headings and subheadings what could be the pain points. And as a product manager, business analyst, I should be able to look into this, analyze, and map it back to the product that we know. And we have been giving it to our customers and see which of these actually relate to us. Some of them might not, because it is a generic answer to this specific kind of product and persona. But you have to now look into this, have the patience to go through it, and then say, in our case, feature paywall, we have not implemented any paywalls, so it's okay. Yes, there is a subscription, there could be a subscription cost barrier, we can look at the pricing. So it gives you the pointers to go and look and think about how you are working on the product or service, the elements, the features, and it could be operational aspects as well, or just product features. You can go through this. This is how you use the prompt. You converse with the AI tools, and it'll cut your time to do all of this research analysis and get the output from days to hours. And this is really, really powerful. So this was one example. I wanted to show it to you. You can use Claude, or you can use Chat GPT or Perplexity. All of them are equally good. I use Claude personally, and this is the result I wanted to share with you. Let me jump back to the presentation now. And for that, I will put it on presentation mode. And then I have to go and share it again. New share. Okay, team, can you let me know if you can see my presentation back? Is it all looking okay? I am on ChatGPT or Claude. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Now let's move on. So this was the example we wanted to show it to you, that the prompt engineering, the syntax that we used, the nomenclature, you use that yourself in your product service tomorrow, and you will get to see brilliant results. And definitely you should go and try it. And but look at the hallucination part. You should always cross check what it really means for your product. Now let's quickly look at the industry AI use cases, how the dots are connecting. I'll give you further idea that in the particular industry that you're working in, how it is impacting and how it is transforming every industry, including yours. So example one, insurance. Now artificial intelligence, it is analyzing driving and medical data to assess risk and set fairer premiums. That's one of the use cases. In healthcare, AI scans medical images to detect diseases early and accurately. In banking, real-time fraud detection is happening. EdTech, learning paths have been defined. And in e-commerce, AI reads the customer reviews to guide product improvements. So these are a few examples that you could see how AI is impacting and how it is being utilized in all of these industries. Now, quick poll. We have just listed 9 of these industries. Which industry are you currently working in? It is B2B, B2C, SaaS, any of these specific verticals. Just put it in the chat box so they understand which particular industry you are coming from. Just type it in. Is it e-commerce? Is it publishing? It could be anything. Perfect. Thanks for your response, guys. Great. So I've looked at these industries and how the AI is impacting all of them. Now, how AI is impacting product management. Now, this is where our work comes into play. In our day-to-day work as a product professional, how we are using the Gen AI tools, how we are using the AI concepts, whether we are writing OKRs or building wireframes or even planning a feature launch. There's a smarter, faster AI way to do it. And we'd like to just take it through this 7D framework from demand to delight, where this is being involved and AI is being utilized. So at a project level, I'll give you an example. When you're in the demand phase, you have seen the diagram that we had shown you. You could use AI for trend analysis, market need identification, customer feedback clustering, demand forecasting, and something we teach in AI PMC. It's called the AI trend scanning. So this is something you can do using the AI tools in your demand phase. In the discover phase, when you are assessing the product idea, you can conduct research, do your competitor analysis, pricing comparisons, writing your OKRs and KRAs, writing your success metrics for product and service, and doing the product road mapping. All of this, you can take the help of the AI tools input your information, get the output in the desired format, verified, and then it is ready to use. Now you don't need weeks to get all of this thing done. You can get it done very quickly in days and in weeks. And to help you in the next phase, like design, you can generate the user journeys, wireframes, data entity maps, UI UX prototypes using these AI tools. We showed you yesterday Lovable as a AI tool where you can actually either do a sketch, a wireframe, or even build a prototype, and you can just look at how the product idea that you're thinking as a team, is it going to fly, how is it looking, and all. So you can actually do that, and this is something we teach in the AI PMC program in full detail. Now, continuing with the next stage of the product management lifecycle, in the definition phase, when you are creating backlogs, you are prioritizing your features, you are writing the user stories with the acceptance criteria, and drafting your PRDs and BRDs. I will show you if time permits, maybe tomorrow, that you can give a prompt, and for the same example as fashion analytics, you can actually get a list of user stories, and you can verify it, fine tune a little bit based on your product, but you don't need to write it from scratch. And that is where this is heading, and you need to be on top of it, on the edge of it, to actually learn and leverage and reduce your time to get all of these things done, documented, and prepared as a deliverable. Put more time in analysis and insight generation and innovation rather than writing the user stories, for example, from scratch. In the delivery phase, you can write better test cases, automate your testing, assist with your code suggestions, etc., when you are actually working with your development and the testing. And in the deployment phase, again, with the help of your dev guys, you can do marvelous things over here. And in the final stage, delight. Once you have deployed the product, it's in the hand of the customers. You can use AI to analyze the customer sentiment, analyze the user feedbacks, and generate the support content, automate the satisfaction surveys, etc. That used to take a lot of time after the product is launched, but with the AI tools, you can get it done quickly and more accurately, and get in touch with your customers as you desire very quickly just after the launch has happened. Now, essential questions. Now this is where the rubber hits the road. Now we have learned about the AI tools, concepts, great. You're able to use prompts, you're using AI tools, you're creating deliverables, brilliant. But as a product guy, you're a product manager, business analyst, you're doing a much more serious job over here. At every phase, from demand to delight, these are the things that you need to think. And this is what we want to harp upon, that how do you start to think like an AI powered digital product professional. Some of the things that you need to ask in various phases, we have just put it down over here. You can take a screenshot. We'll not go into detail on everyone, but I'll take a couple of examples. So for example, you are in the demand phase, or in the discover phase, or even when you're writing the user stories, you are thinking about the data. Now, what data do we have? What is in our data sets, in our databases? Which sources are you looking at? Is it just internal source or external source? What is missing? How do we collect these data? Is it clean data? Is it labeled? Is it properly tagged? Is it taxonomy? All of these questions you need to ask as a product professional, because this is going to inform what kind of features you're going to build, and what kind of how do you say the exposure of data you want to give it to your customers. Another example is from a business perspective. So if you are a senior product guy, and your role is also to look at the pricing and what kind of say type of products you want to give out. Example of tokens and free trial is here. Is what is the ROI, and what is the impact of using this AI or building this particular thing based on AI? If it's taking 2-3 months, is it worth doing it? What are the risks? Ethical risk, financial risk, any technical or legal risks? You have to think from a business perspective. So this comes in the purview of head of products and senior product managers. You have to think from that. So these are the list of questions from an AI point of view you need to think through and answer. I'll take quickly 2 examples that will tell you that what we actually deep dive when we teach in our AI PMC program. Some aspects more than these questions. How do you actually start to think like an AI product guy who is about to implement the AI powered features? For example, same example of data. What do we have? Is it clean? Is it not clean? So yesterday we showed you an example of this dashboard built using Stitch by Google. Now this is suppose a dashboard where you are showing the news headlines, the market information, etc., on a dashboard. And on the right hand side, you have to build something where you are showing the insights from the news and insights from the market data that your product has. Suppose this is the enhancement you want to build on the dashboard. Now, this is where LLM model is applied to extract the insights from the news articles based on the given parameters and the signals that you have put in, some positive signals or negative signals or whatever. That's what goes into the LLM model. Now, once you understand what LLM is and how do you want to implement it on your product, on your dashboard, which is your front end, you are able to converse with your development team and your data science team. And this is where your concepts, AI concepts that you have learned, is coming into play over here. You're able to have that conversation. You go a little deep down over here, you'll have questions like, on the front end, when we are displaying the data, what is the default data? What is the date range that we are showing for last 1 week of news, last 1 week of market insights, or what? Because now you understand LLM, you know that how much of information I have to fetch from the LLM engine, from the LLM model. Is it for a week or 14 days? It has to be a set parameter at least to show on the front end. Then another thing you have to ask, whether from a feature perspective, you are giving a date range to your customer, that can I select for the past month and get all of these insights. Now, in that case, you have to think through how much of cost is involved, because when you are asking for these tokens from the LLM model to fetch this information, to get it on the fly, first of all, it's going to be costly, and second, to render all of that information is going to take time. So this is just the top of the iceberg. I'm just giving you an example. How do you think in this AI world when you're implementing the AI concepts? What are the elements that you need to think through as a product guy? Whether it's a product manager or a business analyst, you have to think through these. And this is the new AI realm. So that's the first example I wanted to share. Similarly, in the case of deployment, again, how much of cost is involved? Should we give any trial membership or versus paid membership? Because if you're giving all of these tools for free, it costs you to do that. So that's the kind of discussion you have to have as a team. Now we are harnessing the power of AI concepts that we have learned, the prompt engineering, the using of AI tools, and to think about the product from across the life cycle from demand to delight. And you need to start thinking like an AI powered product professional now. You know quite a lot about it now. The 3 steps we are suggesting you do is stop using AI tools just like a shortcut. It is very powerful, so leverage it to create outputs. We have just shown you the nomenclature, so create the outputs that you desire. Second, shift your working style. Get more productive and demonstrate it through deliverables. Now you cannot say, I'll take 3 days to define customer persona. I showed you yesterday, it took less than 5 minutes. Probably it'll take another 6 to 7 hours for you to validate it and just put it in a presentation. So get productive and demonstrate it. Now, this is the chance for you to get the deliverables in front of your stakeholders. And point number 3, build your all around expertise. Become the subject matter expert. Generalist will not fly in the coming weeks and months, guys. It's a tectonic shift when AI has come into the product domain. You have to become a subject matter expert in your industry, in your vertical, and also in the sphere of AI. Build a portfolio of work that you can showcase, that you know how to look at features and how to create all of these deliverables right from demand to delight. You can handle anything, and that's the expertise you need to show. Now, what what we say, we promise is that in our AI PMC program, which is AI powered product management certification, you will learn the exact AI powered tools, the frameworks and strategies the product professionals need to not just stay relevant, but to lead in this new AI era. And here's a promise: we'll be with you every step of the journey, because we are how to say, hands-on product consultants. We are doing projects with our own clients, and we bring in that knowledge, that relevant and current knowledge that we are working on products to you while working with you across this program. Now you get this opportunity to leverage the AI tools, create high quality deliverables like roadmaps, backlogs, and AI use cases that you can plug and play into the work, in your day-to-day work that you have. Now you'll leave with confidence. You'll have a portfolio of case study work and certification that employers are looking for. This is the promise from the AI powered product management certification that we're giving. At the end of the day, this is about your career. Whether it's a promotion that you want in your current role or you want to step into a new opportunity, you will stand out as somebody who is ready to lead the AI transformation. And you're confident and you can take on the tools and the concepts and implement it in the AI powered products and services that you are building upon. And on top of everything we have covered, you also get lifetime access to the AI PMC portal, meaning you'll always have the resources and the updates to keep you future ready. Plus, you are not learning from generic trainers, you'll be coached by us, real product consultants with decades of industry experience who will be with you every step of the way. You will learn a proven step-by-step life cycle from demand to delight, as I mentioned before, like AI trend scanning to AI success metrics, and you will walk away with real deliverables that prove your AI mastery. You will have a choice of three industry-based capstone projects to do. You can choose a B2B, B2C, or a SaaS project, something you can showcase as a portfolio of the AI-based project work, either to your existing employer or to your potential employer. Now, don't just take our word for it. Here's what our past students have shared, from senior product managers to business analysts. Many describe this as a transformation and career changing program that we have shared with them. Now, this is what the portal looks like. We want to give you a sneak peek. Everything is structured in step by step way. If you put in at least 2 hours for the next 12 weeks, we guarantee you that with the videos and the resources and the guidance exercises that you get, you work with us, you are going to become the AI powered product professional that we believe that you can bring that difference to your product service, to your organization. Now, here's how AI PMC program compares. We have put in a few competitors of us in the market. We are also researching from some international ones like Product School. We will put that also over here. Now, while other programs are either shorter or limited in access or are definitely very expensive, AI PMC gives you a lifetime access, a 7-phase coverage, and more than 25 tools that you will practice with. Some of the things that we want to highlight is the 7 phases that we have talked about, from demand to delight. There are separate type of deliverables that is expected from you as a product manager and business analyst. How do you handle that? How do you create that using AI tools and your own knowledge of industry? That is what we cover, and this is the real experience from the industry perspective. You get an end-to-end product management lifecycle coverage as we go through all of these phases. You have unlimited access to us, me and Himani, your lead trainers. You can ask n number of questions, and we are not going to be bogged down by that. The moment you get more clarity and you're able to do well in your career, that's what we are after. And this is something very unique. You get lifetime access. So, for example, after 6 months, we are going to add another module because something has shifted again in the AI world. You get free access to that. You don't have to pay again for the ever evolving things that are happening in this AI era. So that's our promise to you. Now, after completion of AI PMC training in 12 weeks, you will end up with a portfolio that you can showcase to your employees. You might have either picked up B2B, B2C, or a SaaS product as per your liking. You'll have that. You'll have experience, hands-on experience of working with 25 plus AI tools. You'll have a LinkedIn worthy certificate. You will get the coaching from your experts. One of the person was asking how to transition from the current role that they are in into a AI based product role. That is where we come in and help you as experts, and you have, as I said, lifetime access to the portal where all the information and the learnings are there for you. And with that, I would like to say a huge thank you. You are officially on your way to becoming AI powered thinker. Tomorrow, day 3 is a game changer. We are going to look at the career paths, how the roles are evolving, and how you can craft your own 90-day career roadmap. You don't want to miss that. Let's build the future together. And something interesting, you'll have a bonus. We are going to talk about agentic AI as well that we didn't cover today under the AI concepts. Something as a bonus for you that you have been with us for last 2 days. See you tomorrow. Good night, good day, good evening, wherever you are, guys. Thank you for your time.